Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode 36 in Be With Me in the book of Hebrews. We're going to do a very famous chapter, one of the most famous chapters in the whole Bible. This is going to be the Hall of Fame of Faith, and I'm going to call today Jim Brown Visits the NFL Cleveland Browns. So we're going to talk about what faith is, and by faith and without faith. So in this Hall of Fame of Faith, we're going to see the accomplishments of faith and notable people that are worthy of our attention. It's as if we went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, and you wander there from bust to bust of great football player, and you may read about their accomplishments or see a video of what they did on the field. Now, I've gone there, but I've never really played football. I never will. And I can only appreciate football in a third party, maybe like in a fan's sort of a way. But I do play, and so do you, on the field of faith. That is actually the arena in which we play. So it's as if Jim Brown would come to the Cleveland Browns, and the guys there would listen and admire, but the players would listen desperately. They would be taking notes and asking for techniques and what can the skilled, recognized hero of this field teach us? And similarly, as we approach the heroes of our faith, we're going to glean what they were admired for and what we should admire them for, and then we should consider how they can help us. So here we go. This is the Hall of Fame of Faith, Hebrews chapter 11. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. For by it the people of old received their commendation. By faith we understand that the universe was created by the word of God, so that what is seen was not made out of things that are visible. By faith, Abel, now here's some of the people now, the Jim Browns of the world. By faith, Abel offered to God a more acceptable sacrifice than Cain, through which he was commended as righteous, God commending him by accepting his gifts. And through his faith, though he died, he still speaks. By faith, Enoch was taken up so that he should not see death, and he was not found because God had taken him. Now, before he was taken, he was commended as having pleased God. And without faith, it is impossible to please him. For whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who seek him. Okay, so what is faith? Faith is confidence in something that we don't yet see. It's an assurance of certain realities, beliefs in realities that we don't see yet. It's being sure of things that we hope for and our attachment to what is unseen. It's a settled confidence in future promises, because we can't see those, and even past promises, because we weren't there. We didn't see those either. And even current realities of things we can't see. Let's say God holding the atom together. All right, so the principles is what we're going to have here is we have a bunch of dead people in chapter 11 who are not dead. It says that Abel, is still speaking. Well, he's been dead. Well, Abel is still speaking through his faith. Abel isn't dead. Similarly, Jim Brown, who died, it'd be as if Jim Brown came back. Jim Brown died in May of 2023. And all these people that we hear, they're all quote unquote dead, but through their faith, they're living. They have something for us right now. All right, so just a couple more principles. The pleasure of God, pleasing God, is 100% related to one thing, that is faith. And absent faith, God's pleasure is not possible. So it says here, the old people here, the people of old, received their commendation. They received approval through faith, because of their faith. And being a Christian, you cannot be a Christian without faith. You can't start being a Christian, and then you can't continue to be a Christian without faith. You cannot walk with Jesus without faith. So faith has to be a part of our walk. So holy cow, we better really pay attention to this. So who would ever draw near? Now, they use the word draw near because that's kind of one of the buzzwords here in Hebrew. So remember, Jesus has made a way through his Spirit, being the super priest, to make a way, to clear the way that we can draw near confidently. So he allowed us to confidently do this. Jesus has done his part. So then our part. So who would ever draw near needs one thing, one critical ingredient, and guess what it is? It's faith. So the faith is in kind of two parts: knowing or believing that he exists, that God exists. So connecting the dots of creation or whatever to come to the conclusion that God exists. And then the second thing is believing that he's good. So he's steadfast and he meets those who draw near to him on the people side, and then God meets them kind of in the middle, so to speak. And he rewards those who seek him, who truly want to find him. So faith is necessary in understanding creation and its creator, that the visible started by nothing. We call that ex nihilo. He created stuff out of nothing. So visible things that you see, the leap of faith is that God made them out of nothing. So he created something from nothing. So if you ever want to send a scientist and have them pull out their hair, walk them back to the Big Bang or wherever, and then ask them the question. It's like, well, where did the stuff of the Big Bang come from? What Hebrews says is that's the part that's going to require faith. All right. So in conclusion, at least for today, we have a long way to go in chapter 11. But how is your faith? So look at creation in a new way today. And to do so, you're going to need faith. Maybe then look at the people in the Hall of Fame of faith. And to do so, you're going to need faith. And you'll need the eyes of faith to see how they responded in faith. And then, do you want to please God? Well, to please God, you will need faith. There is no pleasing God absent pleasing or absent faith. So, do you want to leave one thing when you're gone? How about faith? All these people here, they say even though they're dead, they're still with us because of the faith. So, you are on the field of faith right now. Let's play carefully. Let's look to our heroes. Let's listen to our heroes in the faith. And let's hopefully someday join them in the Hall of Fame of Faith. Thanks for listening.